Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So Ethereum has pushed into what I believe is the heart of a third wave here, basically a third wave of the third that you can see here on the Elliott Wave count. It's pushed into this yesterday, moved up quite nicely anyway end of last week, over the weekend, from the most recent lows from our reversal area here. If you remember, we talked about as long as, and very clearly, as long as Ethereum stays above 1325 and is holding this key support level down here, we can focus on a breakout higher. Confirmation level for that was the 1310 level, which was broken on, I believe it was Saturday, and that basically bolstered and supported that idea that we would push higher from here. And only a day later, we really moved up nicely. Now we currently come down quite strongly. That's not too much of a surprise given that how much oversold we were yesterday. Overbought we were. And we take a look at that in a minute. But the point is, yesterday we also broke above these recent swing highs, which is at around 1340. And we're currently coming down to retest. That is though not really a problem if we lose this level. It is much more relevant that we are now holding the key Fibonacci retracement areas, which are important. Generally, if this wave count is correct, it should ideally take us into the region around 1450 before pulling back much stronger. Ideally, we should now remain above the 1320 region. Okay, and we take a look at that as well. So again, we are still here in this pattern where it's not entirely clear if this is already the valid breakout, because we haven't broken above the $1,400 level. In the videos over the last week, I've constantly stated that we really need to break above the $1,400 level, which is this high here from the 27th of September, to confirm more of a stronger breakout to the upside. Until then, theoretically, the risk of lower lows, not necessarily below the June lows, but below below the 1225 level, basically the last major swing low, is possible and likely. And the reason is that all of this can still be counted as a triangle highlighted in blue: A, B, C, D, and E. That is unfortunately all possible, and then we could make one more low before we finally move up in wave 3. That is possible. For that reason, I have yesterday moved up some of my stop losses, not of all positions, but of some positions. I added a couple of positions, you know that, one at 1205, one at 1250. I moved some of my stop losses up slightly just to lock in some profits. Should we come down once more lower, made all the channel members aware on Telegram and Discord, because this is not yet a really confirmed breakout. That would only be confirmed really as soon as we break above 1400. Short term, it was confirmed when we broke above 1310, and of course, we then moved all the way up to 1370. So that was a confirmed short-term confirmed breakout. But is it already the expected 5-wave move to the upside? That is what the market now needs to show us. I think it has certainly the potential, and at the moment we can assume that. Now we can assume that because we have broken above that wave 1 high here at 1320. We've broken above the 1340 level. We're currently holding that, or at least fighting around that level. But we failed at the next resistance level at 1380, but that is the next one we need to take out, right? So if we now take a look at the overall Elliott wave count here in the short term, I think we are in the heart of the third wave. This to me looks like that we have completed a wave 1 here. The high was at, let me take the triangle out, because the triangle is not necessarily my primary expectation, but it's also likely. So, but we just need to keep it in mind. So again, as I said, as long as we stay above 1225, we can focus on higher, which we're doing now, right? But in the short term, relevant is this swing low here at 1299 now, the wave 2 low. So in terms of the wave count here, for me, this looks like that this was a wave 1 to the upside, or possible this was the wave 1, and we had a 1 and then an A, B, C. Possible as well, right? as a running flat. That's certainly possible. In the end, it doesn't really matter which count is valid, this one or this one. There's possibilities for both. I think this looks actually a bit more tidier. A wave 1 up, and then A, B, C, and we're now in the third of the third. That's, to be honest, if we count it like that, yeah, then this wave 3 could already be finished, the third of the third, and we would now be moving down in the fourth. The problem is this looks down a little bit. This looks a bit too strong for me to be a fourth wave. If we say, okay, this was the wave 1 from the low at 12.55 to 13.07, yeah, and then we came down in wave 2, we would say, all right, key target was 13.80. I mean, we nearly reached it, so that's fine. But if you take a look at the retracements, we're coming down a little bit too strongly for me. We have not yet reached the 50% fib level, so that will certainly be an important support level, 13.35. And ideally, we now stay above. Again, it depends on how you put the fib levels up, but ideally, we stay now above 13.15. Yeah, if we draw the fibs like that. The thing is, if this is not a wave 3-4, if this is just another 1-2 setup, then we should stay above 13.15 based on this, right? I could also draw the fibs completely based on this, right? And would then have to say, okay, ideally we are staying now above the 12.80 level, but that would be a bit of a, well, would be a bit too strong for me, that retracement down, yeah? So looking at all of this, just purely based on previous highs, you don't really want to get into this range, because if we move up the wave 1 to this level, you want to avoid an overlap here, and that would mean if wave 4 comes down below 13.20, we would have an overlap here. So ideally you want to stay a little bit above the 13.20 level. If we don't hold that, then we could still say, all right, let's give it the possibility to come down to 13.15, but at the latest this should hold. If we don't hold this, it would seriously threaten the bullish breakout from here. But again, nevertheless, next support at 13.35, 13.27, and then 13.20 and 13.15. It is quite a strong sell-off, but again, just profit taking, I think, after yesterday's strong move to the upside, because we were on the 1 hour chart at 88, roughly at the RSI, which is strongly overbought, and on the 4 hour chart here at 75. So yeah, momentum is currently pushing down a little bit. We just need to see on the daily, it's still up. Let's see how far we come down. And for me at the moment, this is still primarily up. Yeah, very clearly. We can also draw a trend line here now. I think this might be of relevance. But based on this, we could also come down a bit lower, more sort of into the 13.15 region. Let's see. Any pullback could be used to buy in. Yeah, that's no financial advice. It's what I think would happen, that we have a good chance to reverse from here to the upside. And if we don't hold any of these levels, then there is a really good chance that this breakout was just sort of a fake out, let's call it like that. Or you wouldn't really call it a fake out, it would more be just another leg up in this Elliott Wave triangle. Then I would have to assume that it was just the wave C of the triangle, and we will come down once more in a wave D, which would have to stay above the 11.95 level, and then we can move up once more in a wave E, and will come down, and will then move up. It would just delay this larger third wave to the upside that we are still waiting for. Because if you've followed my videos, the idea is that Ethereum is one of the more bullish counts here at the moment, more bullish patterns. This was a wave 1 from the low to the 2020 high, then a wave 2 to the downside, and next would be a wave 3 to the upside that could take us to around $3,000 if it all goes well. But for that we need to hold first of all the 12.25 level. If we lose that, not a disaster. We can still hold the 11.30 level. That's a 78.6% fib level. And if we lose this level, we can still find support at the $1,000 level. And only if we break the $1,000 level, I would have to scrap this bullish expectation that Ethereum has a chance to push to $3,000. Okay, will be an interesting day, an interesting week. At the moment, it's looking like it could be a bullish week. So let's see. I'll keep you updated nevertheless. Hope you liked the update about ETH. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.